Well, hello everyone. Today with me I have this Keiryu rod. It's the Ansel. It's a really nice little rod. Short, fixed line style fishing from Japan. This is mainly for bait fishing, but you can use flies, just about anything these fish are going to want to eat, or I should say should be eating. Little tiny worms and stuff if you want to use that. Oh, that wind has got my allergies kind of going, and I really don't have allergies. It's kind of weird. There's a lot of dust in the air, I guess. So I'm gonna get this rod set up here, and the great thing about using one of these telescopic rods is the fact that you can shorten it up. You could fish with it long, or you could fish with it short, and it kind of just depends upon the size of the fish too. I wouldn't suggest shrinking the rod down and then trying to catch a giant fish on it, because these rods are supposed to have a little bit of a parabolic curve to them. I really don't think I'm going to even use this main line today, because I'm only going to need a few feet of line, so I'm just going to pull it off of my tippet holder down here. And I think I will just go with straight 5X. Get me about 2 feet, 3 feet of it. Alright, so the way that I tie these lines on is I'll just make a loop, and then I'll just tie a simple overhand knot on that one side that you wrapped over. Just remember which side it is. You want to make sure you're tying a slip knot, kind of like a, I forget. Yeah, it's just a slip knot. That's all you're tying. Nothing fancy. And they don't have to be a real long line or none of that stuff, especially when you're going for micro fish. Basically what I'm using here is 5X tippet. Smallest one I got on my spool, because normally I fish for a lot larger fish. The fly I'm tying on is one of my homemade creations. If I can get it out of the thing and on the line, we'll be doing really good. This fly is ultra tiny, and how I found the easiest way to kind of tie small things like this on, since I could barely hold on to it with my fingers, I use my forceps to hold on to the fly. Now the magic part, and this line's so thin you could barely see it. So what I want to do is I just want to stick that line through there once, go around the outside here a couple times, maybe twice or 3 times, back through, and then back through that other thing, little loop. I know I don't sound very smart when I'm talking about all this, do I? That's how you know when you get it tight. And when you got it tied on there good, is that when you pull on the line, comes right out of the, what do you call it there, forceps. Now I'm going to go ahead and reach over here to the side and clip off the line, the excess, with this pair of fingernail clippers. down there as close as I possibly can. All right. Let's get a little bit more rod out than what I got out. I got 2, 3, let's go 4 sections. And how I'm going to keep an eye on where this is at. Oh, I had it just a second ago. I brought some yarn that I tend to use for indicators sometimes. So I'm just going to take a piece of this yarn, just a single strand of it, and just tie it like a slip knot right around the line. Once I find it again, take my forceps. Well, here's your idea for this one. You tie that string on around there before you cut the ends off of it, because it's really difficult to tie a piece of string that's only a 1/4 of an inch long. And this is just another simple overhand knot I'm tying on here, is all. Doesn't have to be anything fancy, and it really don't have to be very large. All right. So now we've got our tiny little indicator. We got our little fly. We got a nice little breeze blowing here. I'm gonna use the net as like a little bit of a live well. Let me see if I spot a little group of them real quick. Oh, we got one. Oh, I dropped it. Oh, he's such a tiny little guy. Oh, such a tiny little fish. What are you? That's a strange one there. We finally got one. I'll get the camera out here in a few. I'm just gonna try to keep them in this until I'm ready to pull the camera out. You want to see what it looks like though for right now? Don't flop around too much. Little itty bitty guy. Put it back in the net. See if we can get another one to put in there with it. Or maybe a different species. Let's see, all these other ones are over here. Got another one. It's in the net. Yes. In the net. This is ridiculous. This might be the most fun I've had fishing in a long time.